Hello. I know I'm not talking to anybody, but I've had this wonderful weather caused like no end of problems to all the great stuff that we could do with the Facebook and the YouTube. I'll be honest with you, it's been on and off, on and off, on and off. I've had no picture. I've not been able to stream properly, and it's just been a blooming nightmare. So I've took the chance while I can. I mean, I think I've gone live about 6 times this morning without even going live. So hey ho, watch this space. This is a bit of a nightmare as well because I cannot see what I'm doing very well. Anyway, good morning, abstract August Amble. Well, had to be, didn't it? Had to be. I like to play with words, so abstract, and then I went looking for the word that that meant stroll, and I found amble. So I love words. Words are amazing, aren't they? I know no one's out there, but I'm not really worried, so it doesn't worry me. I just had to make some art. I didn't want to sit there. I can't sit there anyway. I just can't. It's impossible. Oh no, what's happened here? Oh, there we go. It's impossible for me to sit still. I have a real problem with it. It's going in and out now like a duck's head. So, right, splitting it into 4. Not very great 4s, but very, very conscious that this camera is really not strong with this. I need to tighten it. So, I've got myself a piece of paper, I've got some brushes, I've got some white, and what I've decided to do would be, for goodness sake, hi guys, sorry I didn't even see you there. It's just I'm just sort of at my wit's end with it because I can't control. Oh, I can't control anything and nothing, and sure you don't want to see my shorts. Right, I don't care. I'm just going to go for it. So I have finished my July. My July John, and I'm really happy with it, but I've still got to put the book back together. So all I've done is collected a few of the colours I had at hand actually. So I've got some nice colours. All these ones were at hand, so I just picked these up. These are golden. So yeah, I love golden. Golden are, in my opinion, some of the best. These are art paints. There are like Cadence is a great craft paint. You can create art with it, but there is a difference, and this is terrible. That's better. So I've just got paint. I've got no idea what I'm doing, but it's going to be abstract. It's going to be a play on movement and colour, and goodness knows what else. So I've got a pen. I don't know what it is, and I'm just going to go. It's not even working, but hey ho. Right, done. Crazy lines all over it. Not worried what they look like. Not worried about anything. I'm just worried about wanting to get some artwork done. So this, if it's bunged, oh, I think it might need a blooming good shake, that. Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to take that off because that is all the binder. It's not going to be much good for me. So, good shake. I have got another one. This is good as well. Pebeo. I'll use this. This is quite an opaque. This is, oh, look at that, a lovely bung. This is a bit more heavy bodied. So I put 4 blobs on, and I've got 2 good. I've got what I've done with the brushes as a normal thing is I've got 3 lots of water, cleaning and rinsing and stuff. So just got a flat. Sorry, I feel a bit. Just wiped it. So, oh, that's that, isn't it? So now what I'm going to do is just flick now and again, not all over, just some areas. And why did I put the pen down? Well, it helps me sort of see where I've put the white. Lots of white there. I'm going to take some of that white off in my palette. Right, okay. Don't be frightened to take some off because you can use it. It's not wasteful. But because I'm going to put other colours on, I don't want too much white because then it'll go, everything I put on will end up being that colour. So I'm going to start with a light. Okay, so I'm going to start with a bit of yellow. And I think I'll use it from the lid. I'm going to go for small. Small and mighty, is it? Right, what I'm going to do, just wipe my brush. Oh, I had to get much paint off that. And I'm just dampening my brush now. Because what I don't want is too much everywhere. So I'm cleaning both brushes to see which one I want. The colour I've used is Diarylide Yellow. Now I was thinking, oh, it's going to be really dry and fast, but it doesn't seem to have, overpowered it. The heat hasn't dried it first. Alexa, what's the temperature today, please? Oh, it's not going to be too hot then. Yeah, it does. Not been too hot. 25. That'd have been our summer, wouldn't it? Right, so and now I'm going to go in with, I can't see that. Nassau red medium. If I've got a magenta, just going to put a little bit of that out because Oh, no, that's not. I can't put that on. It's new. I'll go in with the orange. I might get some red. Oh, I can't go in with that one either. Let's go with the ones that I've opened. Right. Teal. And so we've got cobalt, turquoise, and deep blue cerulean. So I'm going to put a bit of both on. No, I'm not. I'm being very Payne's grey. Yeah, that's got to be a goodie. Being very what's the word? Picky today. That might be the answer. Sometimes you just get over. I get over colour palette and a bit of that and a bit of the purple. I get overly colourful, and I think it just. It just spoils to me some of the ways I can what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I sort of it gets too much and overbearing, and before I know it, I can't climb back. So it's sometimes being pared down really can help. I'm just gonna, as you know, play in threes. So I've got a tiny bit the Payne's grey, which is a beautiful blue. Oh, you've only got to touch something and it all goes tits up. Right. So you can see this is dried pretty much. I'm not liking that. So I'll go back in with my blue. But I'm going to go over that. So I'm going to work the Payne's grey in areas. Can you see why we use it as a black, can't you? Away. Might be the answer to it. So what happens if I mix a bit of that with a bit of that? Oh, yeah, this olive. Quite like that. You put a little bit somewhere else because it'll look a bit odd if I don't. It's really quite strange how the yellow quite overpowering with this Payne's grey. I wouldn't have thought it. I'm only just evening things up. I'm not necessarily choosing this everywhere. Right, so clean this brush. So far, so good. I have not so far over. Well, it's just blocks of colour now, isn't it? So just going to put in. Oh, it's too damp. Okay. That looks so stupid, but means to an end. Trust the process. Trust the process. I've got some purple I can put on in a bit, but I'm going to keep it cooler. Although it's got a bright yellow in there. That yellow's quite warm, actually. It'd have been better using like a lemon yellow. It's cooler, but hey ho. Hey ho. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put out some a little bit more white and using the Pebeo white there, tiny bit of dampness on my brush, just so it's moist. And I'm just going to fade some of these really quite heavy lines that I don't really want. I don't mind heavy lines when I want them. That's better. So all I'm doing, and I hope people join in for this, clean that off because I know I've got a bit of teal on that and it's going to bug me. So just very small strokes between each piece, back and forth. So although I've only got these colours, it will be very colourful in the end. So just to, oh no, I'm not doing it yet. Don't do it, don't do it. So, ooh. So, so I meant to go live before, and all you got was my head, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? So now I've got it sort of more or less covered down. I'm going to get another brush, a smaller one again, and just tease these colours out a little bit. And by that is, I'm using the block that's there underneath, but just blending the colours out. So do it again. And if you do want a little bit of blending, you can always just that little bit of white edges. Okay. It's a little bit heavy down here, so I'm going to scrub it using the yellow. Sorry you can't see it on camera. I'll move up in a minute. So now I'm going to put some blobs of white on, and then that way I'm going to use a big fat brush. Sorry, I can't use that word even though I am fat. Just while it's still movable. Get some there we go. So I'm going to leave that to dry while I move on to this one. So here I really am going to have to stop trying to create colour everywhere. Why can't I just have a white bit? Why can't I don't understand why my brain has to do this, but it does. So I'm just going to blend that in a little bit more. This one should be quicker because I found out how I want to do things. So I'm going to work that, just dry that, not drying it, wash it out, but just leave it in something that's going to stay damp. A wet wipe's great, or a wet dishcloth or something. Preferably not one that you're using, you know. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of the yellow back into it. Like that. brush back, go back to this. That's better. Better. So I don't want to take the colour away, but I don't want it to be right in my face. I want it to be like a colour that's there, but not overly there. So, and I'm going to get another small brush. I'm going to use a smaller brush totally now. Clean it, dry it off. And then that'll do. That is absolutely awful. Sorry guys. Just going to add some grey in parts to this one. So when I say grey, it's Payne's grey with a little bit of white. Quite a nice grounding colour. Oh, that picture's awful. I'm so sorry. And I think I'm just going to take that away. Yeah, that's much better. Right, so that's done. So now let's go in with the white. The other way of doing this is instead of just using white like this, you can just spray your canvas, but that does water down the paint a little bit. So just be, aware that although you think, oh yeah, that'll do, it cannot do. It can do too much. So I'm just going to go in now with my jaune. You can tell how pigmented these are because you just a little tap of it. Put it next to another colour. See how that sort of sits, and stuff like that. So flick, flick, flick. Don't be frightened to take paint off. As I said, if you've got paint on there that you don't want, then flick it off. And don't forget, you've got tape on this. So if you think, oh, that edge is a bit rolled pet, don't worry because the tape is probably there. Knowing me, I always do that. I think, oh, that tape. I'm just going to mooch this about here. It's got a bit of yellow on, but I don't mind. And then that's nice. Oh, I like that. So the next one, oh, no, that's a bit. See if I could use this grey to make some. No, it's picking up that, so I'll go in with the. There we go, that's it. And take a little bit of that off. So, right. This Pebeo is really good because you don't really need to mix it. Some of the others you've got to mix it, shake it, and jiggle it about. Whereas this is already done, and it's still when you've not used it for a while, get using it, give it a shake. But otherwise, it's it plays really well. It's a good sort of paint that you don't need to maintain. Oh no. But don't worry. There we go. Just lift it out and put some more in. There we go. Get your white on it. Eggy yellow. Okay. Oh, I like that. The other brush. Better. And then I have got a brush here that I shouldn't have cleaned, but I did. Never mind. So okay, I'm really loving that. I'm going to give it a quick dry. So shout amongst yourselves, sing, dance, whatever you wish. I did some work the other day online. I can show it you if you'd like later. I quite like it now. It's very different to when it started, but that's what I wanted. Right, so I'm going to use this brush as a pencil, so to speak. I'm not holding it very tight at all. I'm just letting it in my fingers, play about with where it is. Don't want too much. That's it. And then I'm going to do a yellow one. So what I've done is I've mixed a little bit of white and the yellow. Surprising, isn't it? You think, oh, that's not going to be bright enough to go over there, but it is. So, oh, that's not good at all. I've just been putting in my paintbrush into the one with no water, painting the bottom of that instead of. Right, so I'm going to get this. Sit. Something like Barbara Woodhouse. So I'm looking at the lines, and I quite like the lines. But I'm looking at the teal. I want the teal to be more of a presence. So I'm just going to go like that. So on the next one, I've decided I need a flat. I think a flat will work better for me here. So yeah, that's better. I've got a real edge to it. So you may not see this, but in these patterns here, I'm putting some lines, and the lines are sort of flat lines of colour. Hard to see, but I'm doing that into what's already teal. So I'm doing them thick, thin. I'll show you this one. Thick, thick, thin. Thick, thick, thin. And yeah, I love that. So teal on teal. I'm going to go with my side of my brush and pattern. So just little blocks of colour. Do you have a nutcase living near you? We do. Well, apart from me, that is, because I know I'm a known nutcase. But so I'm just using this colour now to enhance others, and then anywhere I think it's well dodgy, I'm going to put just these are shapes. So I'm just none here, so I might put one here, very little here. So just put them. So right, okay. I like that. Not too much work on it. Okay, it's a bit more in that one than there is in that. But now I'm just going to pick up a colour. And I'm just going to run in little blocks or building blocks, and I can't move this, so little blocks like that. And I'm running them next to colours I think can take it. Really simple ones. Okay, now I'm loving that. I'm absolutely loving that. I'm going to go back to my teal because I think the teal, oops, too much water on the bezel. I think I'm going to shape some of these lines up. They're not particularly ones I like. So I like the way that plays around that teal. So I'll invite that more. There we go. A bit too much teal now in that one. So here we go again. I'll go down. Don't like that. It's got, so it's I'm sort of staying straight with it. And then I'm going to put in, let's see, will it take it? A little bit too in the blue. You can take it. Don't need it there. You can need it there. All over those lines. Yeah, right, now. Doobie-doo. Oh, coming on, coming on. I think it might need a waft. Okay, so we're at a bit now where it's all very confusing, which is good because I am confusing. So I've got this quite restricted palette, which I love, and I've got black. Oh no, red wine. I've got red wine alcoholics. I'm not too sure whether I want to use that. So I'm looking at this now, and I think the yellow, looking at that, is enough. But I think I need a big fat brush like me, and it's got loads of, what's this? It's a crappy brush. So I'll go with this one. Oh, I know which one. I know. There it is. See it, see it, see it, see it. Right, got my blue brush. This is one of my favourites. So I'm going to get my white out. Oh, bugger. It's a good job. I need a new tape. Well, I need a new house. So it's a dry brush, so I've got to load up the paint. And then I'm just going to go and load on. Right. So bringing the white in again, but without, not much blending. A little bit of blending, but not much. The parts that you want to cover, do that. Parts that you want to leave or neaten up, do that. But be mindful that you will maybe pick up colours underneath. So just be mindful of that. Happy with that? Well, I don't know because I don't know what I'm doing. So I don't know if I'm happy. What I mean is I'm going to stop that there. Stop that there. Now, just to be a bit controversial, I'm going to use some acrylic ink. That's a lie. That is a lie. I'm going to use some alcohol ink. Now, this will behave very differently to the other products I've used. And I want that. So this is an alcohol ink, so it evaporates. It'll be behaving quite strangely on everything, but you know. And then just, if you want to try and paint, I don't like that. Oh, that's better. There you go. That's better. Yeah, much better. I'm going to just, not a lover of the lines it's created. They're quite fat. I don't want them fat. So I'm just going to flick some dry brushing over the top to lessen. Never be sorry that you've done something. Just learn from it. Sometimes these things are like, oh, what have you done that for? And then you think, well, actually, it needed that pop of colour to sort of help bed it in. Now, I'm going to go in with a really strange colour because I've not used it, but that's why I've not used it, because I think this will help. And this is a flat, and it is a purple. I stop breathing when I paint. I cease to breathe. So the red violet I've got is a really nice pop of colour without too much. And that bit there is going to be covered there. I've got these tiny flies around me. I'm going to go for one of them in a minute. Right. You could put a tiny block of colour because you get a beautiful colour with the teal. You get a great purple. One of the nicest purples you can get is teal and teal and blues and stuff, but with the purple as well you get a striking colour. But because they're quite opaque, it's not always easy to see on these. Now bear in mind I've forgotten where the tape is, so right. Lovely. So we're more or less, done with some of these. But what I am going to do as the last, where's that brush gone? Put it back. Story of my life. Put it back. There it is. Got a flat. And what I'm doing is, it is a dry brush, so I'm just going to sweep you're able to see colours, but they don't take over. So now they're softened into the background, and I'm liking it. I might need to do some more on it. So I'm looking at that now. I don't know what's what. But I'm going to take the tape off just for now because I think, let me see. Oh no. I think I know what I want. Well, no. I think I do. I'm going to take this back. I'm going to use the paintbrush as a way of adding pattern. So here now and everywhere like that. Sometimes you won't see them, so you've got a bit mindful of where you're putting them, but they don't have to stand out like sore fingers. They can blend in a bit more. Don't like that. Got white here, so okay. And I'm going to use Payne's Grey on its own as sort of lines. Can't use that. That's so annoying. There we go. I can't blooming use that because the hairs have come out. It's that crappy brush. There we go. Just maybe go over the places that are black or grey to give them a bit more oomph back. That's better. Any thin brush is acting like a paintbrush. Well, it is a paintbrush. Dash so and so. The very thin brush is acting like a pencil. So, last bit. I'm going to say, dip it up. Right, I'm going to get a palette knife, and it all depends on what you want to do, but I'm going to use the grey again because it works with the other stuff I've got. I'm just going to put it in the middle, and I'm going to work it out, and I'll show you. You see me do this on TV and everything, so I'm just going to work the edge in. I'm just going to put if there's any advice I could give you is start often on the page. So what I mean by that is start where the thingy is, the tape, and just go from the tape off, because if you don't, you end up with scrubby lines. You might want scrubby lines, but in this case I don't want scrubby lines. So But if you use something that's got a longer blade on it, like the side of it, you will get much more of a dramatic line than I've got. But I'm not particularly worried too much. I'm just going to put a few lines on. Not looking at where the others are. I'm just thinking, I'm going to put one there. Trying to keep them straight, otherwise your eyes will go all weird. So, little marks. Chatter marks called. Chatter marks are like marks in that show juddering on when you're using a knife and stuff. It's a small bladed knife. Creates it. Thicker blades don't do it. They don't jud up. So I'm just going to put some purposely like that, thin and thick, thin and thick. Love it. I really like it now. I think that's really added something to it, she says. So let's reveal. Let's reveal. And don't forget, fantastic washi tape for your next project. This would be quite good, this washi tape actually. Washi tape. Sometimes this blooming masking tape is more expensive than a sketchbook. Oh, this is really dear. Mind you, I must admit, since using it with highlight, I've never used anything else. I used cheaper stuff one day, and it was like ripping my page off. I thought, oh no, I'm going back to it, regardless of the price. But it weren't. Seriously, if you're going to buy it, just be aware it's not cheap. I think highlight might still sell it. I got mine off Amazon. Okay, now absolutely love it. Now I do think white pen will help. Okay, I think white pen would really help to define some of this. And you might think I can't see scribble in the background, but you can. You can see it here, there, and everywhere because it's meant to be in the background, isn't it? It's not meant to be in the foreground. So, it's took, I don't even know how long, but it's not even took an hour that. But I would look at that and think, yeah, there needs to be a mere suggestion, maybe like here. Sometimes this is what I mean about not taking the tape off. Sometimes you just got to take the tape off to see it. So where was I going to do it then? Oh, for crying out blooming loud. I was going to do something. A little bit of chatter here. That was it there. No, I like that. I like that. A little bit of chatter near the black. Sometimes you might want to put like this, go over where you've got the black, just to, in case you've got too much. You don't have to, but like there, I could put lines in to break it up so it's not as fat or thin or shadow, dark, light. And just keep your eye moving over all of it so you're not stuck in one spot. Yep, like that. Bit of chatter there. Now, shall I be brave? Shall I be brave? And I'm going to go for it. Not a lot of this. Not a lot of this. I'm going to break up a little bit of the black with some chatter lines. That's better. Didn't like that spot there. A little bit of the teal brings some colour. So I suppose you've got to do it with yellow now, haven't you, really? You've got to chatter with every other one. So let's see if chatter with the yellow will help. Pick the right yellow. You need very little, and don't forget all these paints are going on other canvas or whatever. So put it in. You put in chatter where you want to break up other colours, or you want to showcase other colours, like the purple under the yellow there very much jumps because it's complementary colour. So you might not even see these at first, but they're there, and you're like, oh, a bit yellow there. Where's that? Oh, that's interesting. And this is quite a heavy piece, so that's now broken up. This bit here looks a bit duff. That bit looks really duff. Right, I've done. Not doing any more on that. And I'm going to show you. You ready? So, get to see the chatter lines, little blobs. Like people, that one. In a bit, in a, what's it called? In a shopping centre. It's like a map, this. At the top looks like a castle. How weird is that? You could put your own details on this, like windows and doors and little street signs and stuff, and let it become a map. So I really hope. I really enjoyed that. I needed to do that. I've got to go and do some housework now, and I hate that as well. I've got to do housework. I've got to do shopping, and I hate that. But I am going to see some live music tonight, which is amazing. So Dawn, Gina, top right, a little bird. Just there, Gina. Yeah, is that it? Oh, it's lovely to see you, Gina. Doreen, Selma. Yeah, I see you, Gina there. A little bird there. So it could look to me. Industrial. It could look, Jenny, but I'm seeing more of a like shopping centre with shops on a rainy day. You know what I mean? That's what I'm seeing, and like, yeah, but it does. Yeah, I get your industrial. If I was to put some more lines on it, it probably would look very industrial then. But look at that. Kept it clean and then stuck my finger on it. But hey ho. So I hope you enjoyed that. I love doing it. I wasn't doing it for a reason or trying to get likes and subscribers, but that all does help. What I was doing it for was I needed to paint. And I thought maybe someone else needs to paint. Well, they could maybe watch this when they're feeling a bit down. Pick restricted colours. So the colours I used were diary light yellow, flat red violet, flat cool teal, cobalt teal, sorry. Didn't use that. Payne's grey. And let's check what else I did or didn't use. Didn't use any of them. White. That's it. So I picked these. Really weird colours. Colours I've never ever picked before. Crazy that, isn't it? So I'm going to do an impromptu one. So this is Abstract August. I'm going to come up with another video. It might be today, it might be tomorrow, showing you my little assembled book for July jaunts. And yeah, I'm going to keep going doing this, otherwise I lose my mojo. But yeah, don't forget these wonderful masking tape ideas. They're super duper. Some of these are just absolute. Look at this one. Ooh, look at this one. Look at that one. Sorry, I'm taking my time doing this, but I don't want to waste it. Right, look at that one. You know, if you wanted to, you could retain an area and it wouldn't look out of miss on your work. You know, if you wanted to, if you had a really dodgy bit, say you didn't like that bit, there's nothing to stop me cutting that out and sticking that on. So if you've got well dodgy bits, keep your masking tape. You can cover it up with it. And if I wanted to do just that, cut it down, it'd be like, oh, where's that come from? So please don't waste these. Take time undoing them like I am. And I would advise getting good tape if you can. And if you can't, don't worry, just defluff or whatever it is. You know, stickier stuff so that it doesn't ruin your page, and also so that if you do get sticky stuff, please just use a hairdryer or your heat gun. Give it a waft, and the glue should sort of soften for you to use it without ripping. And always at a 45-degree angle, never upwards. You sort of peel it back like that. Yeah, right. Glad you enjoyed it. I might cut that up and give it as a present to somebody. I might not. I might just put it into the vast room of doom where nobody comes out of. So I'll see you maybe an hour or something like that. But you'll get notifications when I go live, but you'll always be able to see it on YouTube. All right. So as always, big thanks to you and this camera, internet, whatever's going on. Something to do with weather. I think it's Big Brother, but never mind. I will see you soon. Bye.